Hello everybody and welcome on our trip to Prague. The time has just gone 35 minutes past 3 in the morning and we're off to Heathrow Airport to go and park up and fly to Prague, where Vicky is going to be talking at the inaugural Glamping Conference over there in Czech Republic. Should be a really good trip. Although this early start is a bit of a killer because I think I've had about 4 hours of sleep, if that.
Irrelevant content, we've got to go.
What do you mean it's irrelevant content?
Well, I'll end up cutting it out. We've arrived in Prague. We had one of the worst flights I've ever had because there was like 3 stag doos who were all just horrible, selfish British men. But we're now arriving in duty free. We're just in the arrivals hall. We're just going to go through and meet Linda, who is picking us up from the airport. Well, it's time to go and see the accommodation. We've just been dropped off by the Uber. Wow, it's big.
It really is.
Sorry, I'm slimming us down. Wow, this is where we're going to stay. So let me give you a quick tour of Portex, which is basically a modular tiny home on the water. So the lady, Hannah, who owns it, she gave us this brilliant tour, which I will put a link to in the description, but I will also pop a card here. It's basically a massive open plan boat where they also can do events as well as accommodation. You've got this beautiful terrace that you can sit out and look at the views of the boats. It's really calming because they're kind of in this section of water that doesn't flow, so it's very still and relaxing, and you can see the swans and the boats going past, so it's all really lovely. It's got 1 bedroom which is really beautifully laid out, and it's got everything you possibly need. A TV, it's even got this silver thing here. It's like a clothes steamer. So it is ensuite. It's got this massive sink and huge walk-in shower. And the kids slept on the sofa bed, which is in the living room. So it's quite nice to have a separate space. It was just such a lovely, beautiful boat and such a lovely place to stay. We only had really half a day in Prague, so we took a walk from Portex. It took us around about 45 minutes, and it was a really beautiful walk along the river to get into the old town of Prague. We stopped off for pizza on the way. Eat pizza. The old town of Prague has such amazing architecture. They've got lots of their classic cars. Well, that's the one we saw driving, wasn't it? This one. The reason it has all this beautiful architecture is because apparently it wasn't bombed in World War II, so you've got all this 15th century beautiful buildings. So we took a walk through the old town, past all the shops, went into all sorts of different really interesting shops, then went into the Charles Bridge. So this is what the Charles Bridge looks like. I just put this photo here so you can see. And by the time we went out of the other end of the Charles Bridge, we walked up the steps to the castle. So once you're at the top, you get the most beautiful view of the whole city of Prague. That's the castle here. So beautiful views out. Definitely worth going up there. Then as a reward at the end, the kids got to try some Czech chimney cake, which was basically like this kind of pastry filled with ice cream and chocolate, and yeah, it was totally delicious. Then we got the tram home. The tram system was really good and really easy to navigate in Prague, so it was a really easy trip. It's the morning of the conference and I'm just heading out from our houseboat to go and pick us up some breakfast from the supermarket. We've just arrived at the O2 Universum, which is the arena that the Gastro Fest and the Glamping Conference is happening in. So we've been told to go to door 23, which we've just found. It is literally just a door, so I'm hoping she'll be here. So So we've just arrived at the O2 and we're just waiting for Linda to meet us. We're going to go wandering around the Gastro Fest for a bit because all of the talks are going to be in Czech. So we'll show you a bit of the Gastro Fest and then some of the more English-speaking
seminars.
Some of the more English-speaking seminars.
That's if you can walk after eating all the food at the Gastro Fair.
Well, you're hoping that there's food.
I really am.
Which I would like to think
It's a
there
Gastro
is.
Fair after all.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting day. So the kids are excited because they found Kit Kats and they're hoping for free Kit Kats.
Lanskou nebo dole na stojanku je americká hořčice, majonéza nebo barbecue.
Let's go try it. Let's go
Wow.
It's Kit Kat spread.
Kit Kat spread?
Yeah.
Want to rival Nutella?
Yeah.
Wow. Does it taste good?
Yeah, really good.
I've never seen such a thing.
No, apparently you get it in Makro.
Což je hambák spánský.
So Brian's got himself a hot dog. Just random food, you can just try anything. Oh look, there's a hot dog man. Hi. So this is their glamping setup.
Come over here and see who I've met.
Poor Linda doesn't worried about being on the camera.
everything.
Yeah, she does. So who's the manufacturer of this tent? Do you remember?
Canvas Camp.
Canvas Camp. Okay, so let's show you inside the bell tent they've got here. So it's a Belgian company. Oh, it's beautifully done. Oh, it has that really familiar, lovely bell tent smell. You know that smell of a bell tent? I just love it. Don't sit on the bed, William. They've got loads of these type of battery-powered lights everywhere, even in the place we're staying in. And I think I'm going to nick the idea because it's such a cool idea. So this is the way to the glamping part. Okay, so I'm getting nervous now. This way. So this is where I'm going to be talking later. Mind out, William.
We are the #1 glamping software provider in the United States.
Pause the video here. This is James, who is the CEO and founder of ResNexus, and ResNexus happened to be our booking engine that we use for all our bookings at the glamping site. And breaking channel news.
ResNexus are going to be sponsoring the Tractors and Cream channel. What does this actually mean for you, the viewer?
Well, it means that we've got a bit more budget behind us to be able to go out and visit lots of different sites and get their inspirational stories. So that'll be really exciting.
It also means that we will get the opportunity to visit many different trade shows, which will be really exciting.
So a massive thanks to ResNexus for sponsoring the channel. And now back to the video.
Hello everybody, I am Vicky and together with my husband and 2 children.
So step number 4 is your target customer. So if you've sorted out your structure and your location, it might lend itself to this kind of, to a particular customer.
So we decided to go for families, which means a lot more beds and nests that children come with.
So the Glamping Conference is all finished. We are just waiting for the tram. We've just had a little bit to eat. We're all exhausted, but we're going to get the tram back and then go and chill out in our boat. So that is it for our incredibly short trip to Prague. We had a brilliant time and I would highly recommend it. If you get to go to the old town of Prague, it is just beautiful. If you have any questions about Prague or about Glamping Cz, who we're working with on this trip, then please let us know in the comments and we can fill you in all the details. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you on our next video.